Now, if your horse stops right here, the first thing you want to think is my horse stopping because of what's in front of him, or is my horse stopping because of my leg? If the horse is stopping because they're behind your leg, what I would do is I would take my horse away from this and school that feeling first. Or what'll end up happening is you'll actually end up schooling two things at the same time. We want to have this feeling of isolating the problem, fixing the problem, and then going back to the situation. So if this is the problem, school that away from the jump first. Now, once we get up to this problem here of the jump, one of my favorite things to do with a horse that's very new to it is just before we even get on, and they could still have this feeling from the ground, is we lead them up to it, we let them look at it, we let them touch it, maybe we let them sniff it or explore it. And a horse, as they do this, as they go through this process, they're going to be going through not just this physical thing that's happening of them getting closer to it or lifting their legs or stepping or lengthening the neck, but they're going to be going through a mental progression, a series of emotions as they get used to it. I remember I went to UBC, the University of British Columbia, and I took a Psych 101 class. And they taught us at that time, I don't know if they still teach this idea of DABDA, denial, anger, bargaining, depression, acceptance, as a way that, or stages people that go through as they deal with grief. And, they say it's not always exactly linear, but, that you go through these stages and you want to allow yourself to go through these stages so that this acceptance at the end is real, that we've gotten there. We might still be sad, but it's a much healthier way to achieve this place. Now, with horses that are getting used to something like this, there's also going to be a fairly predictable set of emotions that they're going to go through. Now, with a horse that doesn't have the confidence or has had some bad experiences with it, where they've felt rushed, the first thing that's going to happen is what I would call, in this case, denial. And that's where a horse sort of refuses to look at it. They're going to look left, they're going to look right, they're going to back up, they're going to look at the person, they're going to look everywhere but at the bank or at the water or at the ditch or at their log. They're just going to not want to address it. Now, we've got a few stages here. And this first stage is the only one when they're in this or they come back to that where I'm going to use the stick or I'm going to use my leg. I'm going to maybe give a cluck, use my seat. I'm going to say, I want you to leave this stage. I want you to address this emotionally. And the second stage, this is a stage that people are often uncomfortable in, is when the horse is scared of it. The horse is spooky about it. Maybe they want to go backwards or spook sideways. And in that case, I'm going to say, I don't mind if you're in this stage. I'm going to give you the time to go through it. I'm going to let, just like a horse that has been in a paddock, away from cars its whole life, and then you put in a paddock next to the highway. The first time a car goes by, they're going to be scared. But very quickly, that's going to leave because the fear is not reinforcing. It doesn't give them a bad experience. They're just going to get used to the cars going by. So if we don't push it, wherever that happens, whether it's 20 feet away or 10 feet away, we're going to give them the time to get used to it. As long as they're addressing it emotionally, another way of saying that is as long as they're trying, I'm going to be very patient. The next stage here is we'll see curiosity. And that's where a horse may start to look out towards it, maybe sniff it, maybe want to put their nose right on it and feel it with their whiskers or with their muzzle.